Welcome Clumsy Cooks, let's do some red Krabby Patties. So we have the dough with a little bit of sugar and we're going to add some salt on the sides. I believe that's enough. I am also adding a little bit of pepper, black pepper, and it's crushed. I'm also adding some Chile cascabel. And to further ensure that I'm getting this red color, I am also adding a little bit of paprika. So now, let's add the yeast and let's get this mixed. Okay, now, so as you can see, it's not very red. Even though I added a couple drops of red colorant. But anyways, we'll see what happens next. So at this point, I'm just going to put this dough on some plastic and cover it for, I would say, an hour, but Mexico City is very hot lately, so I'm just gonna leave it for 45 minutes. Alright, so now that we have this figured out, I'm gonna cut it into 6 or maybe 8 pieces, and I'm going to try to measure their weight to have them on the same size. Alright, my friends, so each of these balls are about 86 grams, and I'm going to let them proof one more time, but first I'm just going to make them a little bit more circular and flatten them a bit. So by now you probably already know this method to make them circular. You just like put them in here and you like pinch on the bottom, and then you like flatten the bottom over here, and that way it looks more circular than any of the breads I've ever made. Alright, so now that we have our little breads that look like cookies, look, if we flatten them, they go back to their normal form. So I'm just gonna let them rest for like 25 minutes, I'd say, and then we're gonna bake them. May have to do 2 trays at a time instead of 1. Folks, so now that we have this, we're going to do an egg wash. Now, I am a bit dumb. As you know, I am the clumsy cook, which means I forgot something, which means I forgot the egg. So I'm going to do it with butter and we'll see what happens. So in this part, I am adding some sesame seeds. I'm going to tap a little bit on everything just to make sure that it sticks to the butter. We don't want to have all the seeds on the sides after we take them out of the oven. I think this can be upgraded by adding a little touch of garlic powder on some of them. I'm just gonna do 3 in case we don't like it. Some garlic powder over here, some garlic powder over here, and some garlic powder over here. This looks quite nice, mind you. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna do the typical temperature that I use, 375 Fahrenheit for about 10-11 minutes, and we'll see what happens, okay? Alright, now guys, we are going to continue preparing the meat while the second batch of bread is done. So I'm going to drop a hell lot of garlic powder because there's a bunch of meat in there. And I'm going to use red pepper and chile cascabel to continue with these beautiful flavors. You can see just how aggressive these colors are already, and I like that. I hope this translates into flavor. Now of course we're going to add some salt, and now it's time to start mixing it by hand or with anything that you have that can mix meat. I will just use my hands because this is food for me. Now, in keeping with the colors, I just dropped some paprika. Alright, now the final ingredient that I'm going to use for the color red is going to be a little bit of barbecue sauce. Alright, now I'm going to drop a little bit of oil, and maybe I'm going to turn on the stove. And now I'm going to drop this beautiful red peppers. I'm going to let them roast for a moment. Nothing like the smell of red pepper in the afternoon. Oh man, that looks so nice. I want you to have the comparison. This is how it looks when it's raw with a little bit of wheat flour. I'm sorry. And that's how they are looking at the moment. Just gonna flip them around. Make sure that they roast on both sides. So this is how they look at the moment. Slightly charred and very oily. You can definitely see the change of color there. They are even hotter to the touch now. And again, this is the original color. And I believe my cell phone has some sort of filter because it looks kind of like tomato over here, but in real life it looks very dark. Guys, as you can see, now I am adding a little bit of mayo, followed by a little bit of this salsa botanera, and that's gonna be our mayonnaise. Remember to always get a taste of this in order to see if it's missing, if it's good. Now I feel this is a little bit acid. Now, of course, adding something like I don't know, sugar would be so weird. So I'm just going to add a little bit of ketchup. And I believe it's good. Yeah, because ketchup is sweet and it's a little bit more acid, but it's adding the little balance that I needed. Alright guys, now my favorite part is coming. A little bit of bacon. This was kind of candied with a little bit of tomato, ketchup, and a little red pepper over here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Alright, and now I'm going to finish this with some onion. And they are ready, guys. Look at these monsters. Okay, guys, it's my second favorite moment. No, actually, this is my favorite moment. I'm going to taste this monster. Guys, what can I say? I'm so happy now. I know I always say this, but it's just, it keeps getting better. These flavors, this combination of flavors, this, I present to you the red burger, the red color Krabby Patty, color burger, depending on where you're from. This has everything that I wanted on the other one. It's crunchy, it's flavorful, it's amazing, and it's quite red. Not as much as I wanted. I wanted this bread to be more red, but man, this is beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, you know what? I am missing something. Okay, guys. These guys, I strongly recommend. This combination is awesome because you don't really feel too much heat, obviously, because I didn't really use that many spices or things. But guys, you can feel an amazing combination of savory, sweet because of the ketchup and the red pepper, and I don't know, it's so beautiful. So cheers, guys. If you do this, please post it on Instagram, and I really hope you enjoy this recipe if you prepared it. I'll see you next time. See you, my clumsy cooks.